Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about a potential mistake that you can make in your PhD application that can affect whether you get accepted into a program or not. So if you don't know me, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There are so many people that helped me out along the way to get to where I am that I wanted to create something that would just give back. And so I created this sharing economy proofreading platform, which is a reciprocity project. And now I'm doing these YouTube videos. So what is this mistake that most people make in their PhD applications? And you do see a lot of applications along the way when you're doing this kind of career, and it's really not customizing to the particular program that you are sending your application to. And that's a really incredibly important thing for you to do, is make sure that you are customizing as much as you possibly can. There's often the case where you see somebody will send a form letter, a form email to somebody like myself, another professor or something like that, that are interested in the program that they're sending it to, and then they don't even change the university name that's on the letter. They just send a blanket letter to everybody, and it has, maybe it is to Baylor University, and I'm not at Baylor University. If you put that on there and you just send a form letter and you don't even look to see what I'm doing, I'm just going to delete it, right? At the end of the day, I'm not going to pay attention to what you are doing and what you are asking if you don't even put the effort to find out what I'm about. You often get these emails and letters from other people or from potential students that are interested in a program, and they don't even look at the program that you are currently in. It'll be like addressed to somebody that's doing engineering work, right? Like, come on. You have to customize it and make it relevant for myself or somebody else that is in this kind of role where they're looking for people to bring on board into the PhD program, right? Like, it has to be customized. There's no way that anybody would be interested in what you're doing if you don't spend the time to customize, because if you bring them on board, they're going to be a disaster because they haven't put any effort into finding out what you are about. And that's really what it is. When people are thinking about bringing a student on board, or they're thinking about PhD applicants, they're looking to see, is this person going to cost me a lot of time? Or is it going to benefit me by bringing that person on? Everybody's very, very self-interested. I hate to say it. Nobody cares about you as a particular application or person. They're very self-interested, and they're going to look at what they can get out of that transaction by bringing you on board. If it's going to be a drain of resources and it's going to cost them tons of money and they're not going to get anything out of it, there's no way that they are ever going to bring you on board. So you have to make sure that you put in the effort to show that you're worthwhile and you're going to generate some sort of research output or generate something for them going forward, right? So you have to make sure on the very first lines of your letter, of your application, that you actually write the professors' names that are in the program, and you have to say something about their research, of what you like about their particular research, right? Like, this is it seems really basic, but it is so incredibly important. 99% of the applications will never do this. And all you have to do is just put in so-and-so and so-and-so's research are really interesting because, and that's it. It's really simple. You just have to highlight them. You have to flatter the people that you are possibly going to work with. That's important, right? So always trying to think about ways that you can flatter them and show that you're really interested in what they are doing, right? You also should probably write some specific things about the institution and the place that you are thinking of working at, right? Like, so if it's in kind of a remote place, so maybe you're applying from another country and it's a remote place, well, you probably should point out like, oh, I really investigated this town that you're at or this city that you're in, and I love it because X, Y, and Z, right? Because it's got, and really emphasize the research culture, right? That there's some really amazing research stuff that's happening there. We know that X, Y, and Z person was at your institution, and I'm really interested in that. That's a fantastic institution because there was this famous person here and famous person there in the psychology department or whatever. You just have to make it so you are actually paying attention to what they are doing. And you might even go so far as mentioning PhD students that you think are interesting. You can look up the PhD students at most programs. They will have that written down as either people that are in a lab or PhD students that are on the market, and you look up what they're doing and you say, wow, I found this website, or I found this PhD student, and they're doing some incredibly interesting research. I would love to be part of your program and, emphasize and build on what they're doing. I'm so excited about that. That doesn't seem like much, but, this is really big stuff that most people they just won't do. And that's all you have to do to make your application stand out way above what everybody else is doing, right? And then you have to also point out why you think that particular program is so much different and why you like this difference compared to what other programs are doing, right? You have to actually emphasize what their competitive advantage is, whatever that is, right? So maybe it is, I don't know, maybe it is got a really strong quantitative focus, or maybe it has some really strong qualitative people that are there. And you actually point out that, well, I noticed that you have this very strong qualitative focus, or there's lots of people that are doing quantitative research, and I'm really excited about this quantitative research. I know that I could do this and actually build on this program and help you build out this program a little bit more. I have X, Y, and Z skills. I'm happy to help you out as much as I possibly can. And you have to just dig deep into what you're trying to do. And really what you're trying to do with any of these with this mistake that most people do with not customizing their application in any sort of way, what you're trying to do is actually build a relationship with those people that are on the other side that don't know who you are, or don't really know who you are. You have to focus on them, show that you actually care about them and their institution, their school that they're currently at. If you don't show this, nobody's going to care about you, because they are constantly thinking about, is this person going to waste my time? And if that comes up, yes, because they haven't put in the effort to do any sort of customization, well, then you're never going to get into a PhD program. I'm sorry to tell you this. You have to customize and make it look like you actually tried to apply to that particular program. So hopefully you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. If you don't, you know what, just whatever. Anyways, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care. Bye.